Alright, for 5. It's Fiesta time. Yes! Barks is stealing drugs. Alright, yeah. So this is the, this is my 4th run of the year. I drew... This is a Haboob run. Haha, very funny name. Which is mostly, but not exclusively, although for me it was, wind and earth jobs. So I've drawn 3 earth jobs, one of which I've used before this year, the other 2 I have not. And I drew a wind job. So funnily enough, there's sort of 2 dots on the team, but Chemist might be the most useful support for Monk that there is. Chemist can make Monk usable, and that's probably going to be a thing in this run. Sorry, like, if I click out the window, the sound stops. That's probably gonna be one of the things I can do in this run, other than just relying on mix, so... That'll be interesting. I don't think I've ever showed off a Chemist start before. Chemist is not the worst start. Yeah, ha! Boob. Yeah, Chemist Monk on the 1, yes. If you have something, like, if you have Summon, like, I think the last time I had Chemist and Monk, I had something else good. And so I just basically never used it. Because if you have, like, Summon or Blue or something easier, and less resource intensive than, upping Monk's levels, that's definitely the way to go, but that's a while off yet. I'm starting this run with Chemists that basically just have their fists. So, Chemist is not the worst start. It's not a good start, though. I would say of all the classes, let me just, I'm just gonna get a list of all the jobs. Now, Wiki has changed things up and it's a little annoying. So I would say even White Mage, as annoying a start as White Mage is, Oh, interesting. Chemist might be better than White Mage. Oh, that's interesting. Sort of reason why Chemist is, like, almost as survivable as a White Mage run, but has slightly more offense. Alright, let's boot up our new game. We have the starting cutscene to get through. So one of the problems with the Chemist start is that the same as like everything that starts with knives. Is that the game doesn't sell you knives early on. Which is very funny. So you end up with one person with a dagger, one person with a knife, which is garbage, and two people who have nothing. So they're just slapping away with their fists. And then on top of that, you don't have much in the way of attack. Like, thieves are probably the strongest of the, like, starting knife classes. And, Dragoon start is very funny. You also are stuck with knives because you don't get lances for quite a bit. But Dragoons have pretty good strength, so they can actually deal some damage. Thieves can then steal better knives very quickly, which really helps against Garula. Bard is the worst because they have no strength. And, you don't get songs until you're supposed to get Bard. So basically, like, there's some uses for hide, but it's a little situational. So yeah, Bard has the lowest strength, the fourth lowest strength. The ones below it are Black Mage, Oracle, and Summoner. And Black Mage gets Black Magic. Black Mage start is piss easy. Oracle's funny. I think Oracle's a very bad start. But you do get access to Oracle, which can do some, if you don't kill yourself with it, it can be very powerful. Summoner start is rough. No strength, no summons until you get past, Siren. And Magissa, I think, as well, yeah. So Summoner start's also kind of rough. Ooh, Snaz of the CRT. I basically always play GBA, it's just I find emulation easier than anything else. I love my fast forward button too much. I've played this game a lot. Rough without a fast forward button at this point. Oh, Thief, Red Mage, Ranger, Dragoon. Oh, terrible. My last run was Thief, Red Mage, Geo, Cannoneer. I could have had Blue Mage, but my run 2 had Blue Mage. I didn't want to do a second Blue Mage run in a row. But man, Thief, Red Mage, Geo. Without Cannoneer, that would have been a bust of a run. Cannoneer is busted, though. Cannoneer is good enough to carry that team all on its own. Which, I know I've done a run on stream with Cannoneer. Yeah, if you watch that, you can see that Cannoneer is... If you unlock that at the start of the game, it's ridiculous. Like, World 1 just falls beneath open fire. It's very funny to have an endgame balanced job at the start. Alright, I'm just going to make sure I do have all jobs. I'm not changing to Chemist yet. There's no point. We'll do the config. Ooh, window color. Okay. Normally I ask a bot, but I'll keep it blue. I mostly do not blue. Yeah, Thief does give the chicken knife mug, which bypasses the flea proc, so like Thief's not too bad with chicken knife. I basically forewent the chicken knife in my Cannoneer run. I mostly put EXP Plus on everybody and leveled them up so that Open Fire and Combine were ridiculously powerful. Yeah, they finally made 5 fantasies. Alright, I have a naming theme this year, and it's Pokemon human characters, so there was an incentive to do a 2-letter name in Lagoon, and I did that, so I was Az. Then I was Ash, then I was May. Today we're going to be Hilda. See, I should have, yes, I have my hotkeys. Summoner, I like Summoner. Summoner basically makes the game a joke. There's like, yeah, Hilda. There's a couple of points in the game where Summoner is kind of lacking. But they're really good at the start, they're really good at the end, and they're just like random encounter killers. Summoner's just brain deadly good. Yeah, Sildra is also ridiculous once you get to World 3 and you get Sildra. Like, basically nothing resists wind, and you can boost it so easily with the air knife. Red Mage Summoner is like my second favorite thing after Red Mage, Time Mage. I dual cast those summons. I will be speeding through the story as usual because I've played this game a lot. You've all probably seen this game a lot. We're whipping through. Old man has amnesia. Help girl find dad. Yeah, I've Struden played this game a bunch. Yeah. Once again, I'm going to change the Chemist once we pick up these two properly. Because funnily enough, I'm not sure why, but these goblins are actually different from normal goblins. They do not give any job points. And also, I would be slapping them with my fists, and that's a little annoying, so... Oh, very funny. I absolutely destroyed the, he did that with these berries I'm invincible. I had Cannoneer, and my Cannoneer blew them up, with Combine in, like, 2 combines, before he managed to go. I'm invincible and all his barriers were already dead. Very funny. It's very funny when you kill them before he even, like, gets his spiel. Combine is ridiculously busted. Of all the GBA jobs, I think Cannoneer is the best one. I'm not. I guess like I've never really played Necromancer, but the Necromancer is like you don't get Necromancer in a Fiesta because you have to beat the bonus dungeon to get it. Asimos can be a bit of a shit if you don't have, like, good damage or sleep. Cannoneer is the thing about Cannoneer being a worse Chemist is that it doesn't have as much utility as Chemist, and it doesn't get Combine until you beat all the dungeons. But its damage is so much easier and better than Chemist. Open Fire will kill most things until about World 3. One thing I discovered when I was playing Cannoneer this time around is that Cannoneer doesn't scale on strength or magic. Open Fire and Combined scale purely on level, and it's level squared. Like most damage from the borrows like strength, like the multiplier, the M, is like strength times level or magic times level, but with Cannoneer abilities, it's level times level divided by 256. So at the start, you don't get another M until level 16. But you're already doing like 800 to 1,000 damage, so like things are going to, not even counting that Open Fire does status effects. Open Fire will kill everything. But by endgame, like, the way the level squares and the scaling, you are getting more multipliers every few levels, and Cannoneer starts doing pretty gnarly damage. And Combine hits every enemy on the screen, and doesn't have a penalty for multi-targeting. It's like Summon. Like, Summon doesn't have a multi-target penalty the way Black Magic does. So Combine just becomes real stupid in terms of damage. Of course, it's not got, there is some instant death, there is some status effects. Mostly, Cannoneer doesn't have the buffs that Chemist does. But when you're shitting out damage, do you care? Like, for the most part, you're not really doing buffing, during the game. You're only doing it on, like, specific bosses. So, like, Cannoneer is, very good. Okay, this is where, I should have done it, like, outside, but this is where I will now, everyone's gonna become a chemist! Woo! It's going to be real bad! Because the only weapon I have right now, because Chemist's gonna equip knives and staffs, so the only weapon I have right now is the knife on Lena. That's it. What I'm saying is you're not usually buffing during like a random encounter, it's kind of a waste of materials. Alright, this is gonna go great. Yeah! So yeah, this is, so a lot of people don't do what I do, which is, change jobs immediately. And you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be freelancer up until you beat the, Wind Shrine. But I feel like for me, part of the balancing factor of using the job unlock is that I basically go into my first job immediately. It makes the Wind Rafter a bit more of an interesting fight. So, fun fact, yeah, there are not very many good broken early mixes because most mixes use ingredients you get from monsters, at least the good ones. So, like, a lot of the good ones need turtle shells, dragon fangs, and dark matters, which we do not have access to. Some useful ones do use, stuff we can buy from shops. We can't buy a lot of the good stuff from shops for a bit. Shops are very limited at the very start of the game. There's basically one mix, I think, that, is going to be useful at the start, so... Chemist kind of has two things going for it. One mix, two healing. So we'll see this when we get into a boss fight probably, why Chemists are actually quite useful for healing early on. And once we get daggers, we will actually be more powerful than, say, White Mage. So, like, the thing about White Mage start, that makes it painful is that you have all the healing you want, and no damage. We currently have no damage, as well. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing about Thief Start is it kind of sucks, but it's honestly better than a lot of other knife jobs. It's because it can steal Mithril knives before Gorilla, It's actually not too bad against the guy that stops you from getting your next job. It does make a difference, and, the thing about Dragoons is Dragoons are stuck with daggers. But they have more strength than Thief, so they do more appreciable damage with daggers than Thieves do with daggers. And they can jump, which is actually quite helpful against Gorilla, even with a knife. But yes, a lot of dagger starts look exactly like this. Your one character with a knife does damage, the others just sort of blink away at things. I say, I think the worst start in the entire game is Bard. No survivability, no damage. Bard start is horrifically bad. If you use the job mod and you draw Bard, just stick with freelancers. Until Gorilla, frankly. Play by normal Fiesta rules. Bard Star is so dire. Yeah, it's so weird to me that you can't buy knives in the first town. So, like, Lena's knife is, like, the only knife in the game. It's very funny to me that this tile to the left is clearly a trigger tile. Because they use that tile both for this cutscene and for the Sildra cutscene later in the game. I want a keel hole, let's go. Steal that ship. Yes, you can't, there are items in here, very funnily. They are blocked by the pirates. Uh-oh, that one was starting to wake up. Must be my imagination. Wish I could fall asleep on a dime like that. Alright, time to steal the ship. It will go very well. This is how you start a ship, right? You gesture at the wheel. Yeah, butts do not tease. That pendant / Olympic gold medal. Alright. How does this ship move without wind? Don't worry about it. Hey, soldier. Yeah! Woo! Best summon in the game! Alright, we're gonna get asked if we want to be taken there. No, 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 no. 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 First, I have to, turn Faris into a chemist. Now. Alright, we're popping it in tool. Grok, 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 grok. So luckily I know I have, so I like to know what all 4 of my jobs are, early. So I know that I do not have to play the pianos, and I do not have to buy magic. I basically have, I have no magic, this run. Out of the way, buddy. Oh, I'm so new to this adventuring thing. So new to this. Don't mind me, I'm just new and robbing you. So, like, I could have stolen the, so Faris has a dagger, better version of a knife. But that's the only fight we, fight without them, so... I'm sure that there's no knives in here. Technically, we could get staffs. I'm not sure it's better damage. Staffs have a very weird damage formula. So I'm not sure it's better than just going full fist. That's an interesting question. I genuinely don't know. It's very rare a knife class has something other than a knife they can use. Gonna buy 2 caps. No shields. They're all level armored anyway. Alright, that's Zock's house, but Zock isn't in right now. Gotta rob him. I guess I'm just assuming those are his items. They're on his land, but not necessarily. We will not be playing pianos. We will go spy on Faris, though. Kinda have to let it be known that these 2 are pervs. '90s were a time, it's true. She did. First didn't lock it when sleeping, but locked it now. Now that two terrible men broke into the room. I think, want to spend basically all of my remaining money on potions. Alright, we try and leave, but you know, it's... Yeah, so Fires has a dagger. It's going to be our main damage dealer here, but you can see there are no items to buy in the shop other than potions and tents. So there's really no mixes. Not that I have mix yet. Mix is, you know, I do have to learn it. It's not Chemist's innate, ability. And it's also not their first one, I believe it's their second one. We get some free potions here, and there's a heal pot. We're gonna be making use of that, because I'm probably going to do some grinding here. Wing Raptor's not very scary, but my hope is I can get past him without needing to heal. Mostly just to save me a tiny little bit of money on potions. I will be doing a tiny bit of grinding here. So these are my previous runs of the year so far. So yeah, Summoner, Geodancer, Thief, Mystic Blue, Samurai, Bard. That one was a funny run. And then, yeah, Red, Geo, Cannoneer, Thief. Staff runs off the axe formula. Yeah, that plus the strength being bad is probably why white mages don't do any damage. Would it mean that like a chemist who has mildly better strength might actually do some damage with a staff? Interesting question. I'm probably gonna start using speed up, which yes, I do have mapped. Oh, good elixir! Okay, this is why I wanted to grind up here specifically. Mold winds do drop elixirs. Oh, I do not like to be back attacked. Irritating, someone died. The bird does not have much in the way. I think the bird has literally 0 defense. And I think I know that because most bosses in World 1 either have 0 defense or lots of defense. The thing about Axe is it, like, defense matters in that defense is ignored. Well, 75% of defense is ignored. But the vast majority of bosses in World 1 have 0 physical defense, which is why a samurai start is fucking hilarious. Zen and Ash does so much damage. Like, do I go buy a staff? I might go buy a staff. Let's see how it goes. There's one free staff, but it's past Wind Raptor. And if the staff is useful, I'll have 2 of them, you know? Like, the reason why it's so bad on White Mage is White Mage has no strength. Chemist doesn't have much strength, but does have more than White Mage, you know, significantly more than White Mage. Let's see if this does any damage. I know, it's like Breaking Bad in here. Gives me 9-hole attack. I mean, I'm gonna test it on, you know, I'm still gonna grind to level 5, because I'm going to need levels for Crayclaw anyway. Crayclaw? No, Carboss. Why am I... Wrong lobster. Carboss. I don't have anything tricksy I can do at Carboss. I'm just gonna, I just have decent healing, so I don't know exactly when thieves get their chemists get their neck. I know thief it's 5. So the next M, the next damage multiplier, because the way damage works in this game is it has an multiplier. So you'll notice that you play the game that your damage starts to go up in kind of steps, rather than like linearly with level. And like it has discrete stages because of the M. And I'm not sure when chemists get their next multiplier with knives. Chemists are 26. Where are thieves? Oh, thieves are 25. Chemist actually has 1 more strength than thief, so I think 5 is the next damage breakpoint, which should be enough for Carboss. So yeah, because the staff damage will be a range, so... yeah, it might be less than just punching. It does look like we got an XM because Gallop is doing slightly more damage with punches. Hey look, I learned pharmacology! So pharmacology is an innate ability that chemists have. Actually, we do not need to equip it. So chemists innately double the potency of potions and ethers, so potions are normally 50, chemists throwing them do 100. And that is why chemists are actually pretty survivable at the start of the game here, because like they have max HP heals at the moment. Potions are a bit more viable as healing with chemists than normal. I did a 36. Okay, 12 was a pretty low roll. So staffs, yeah. In chemist's hands, staffs are okay. Better than punching. Kinda hoping for more mold winds, but you know. This will be a chicken knife run because I have Dancer, and Dance gets around the chicken knife flea proc, and it's just very strong. Chicken knife dancing is very, very powerful. It will do a lot of damage. Alright, so now we're level 5. I think we're good to go for both the Wind Raptor here and Carboss. Let's roll. I got 1 elixir, which is pretty good. Elixirs are very useful. Elixirs are gonna be very, very useful later on for this team. Make sure everyone's... Yep. Oh, that's probably why Lena died. She had no armor on. Got unlucky. It's very funny that there is a shortcut right here. And just like, if you're a thief and you come back here, you can see it. Alright, buddy, let's go. Let's fucking go. So Wing Reactor is very easy. It's the first box in the game. You don't have any jobs yet. You're basically just smacking it around with whatever you bought in town, which if you're freelancer is probably 2 broadswords. Because you already had one and you get one in this dungeon. It does AoE. The main thing it does is after a couple of turns, if it's still alive, he like puts his wings up to shield himself. He has 20 physical defense in that form and he counters you, so you have to just wait until he comes back out. Alright, time for the hidden staff. Hello. But yes, if you are level 5, even with knives and fists, you do enough damage to just kill it in 2 turns before it puts its wings up. It's not very strong. It's really only a problem if you have not leveled up at all. Then the fact it can hit everyone on the field for about 20 damage is a little scary. Hey look, Crystal. Sure, that machine is harmless. Fire, fire, fire. Very funny that this doesn't really do it in the order that you get them. It does wind blast because that's where we are, obviously. But we go for water. Water is the next one. It's water, then fire, then earth. Also very funny to me that the altars are overgrown, but nothing else in. Yeah, water, the source of all life. Hell yeah. Wind. Alright, give me my jobs. I already have my jobs, but give me my jobs. So this is normally on a normal playthrough when you're not cheating like I am, you would get your first job. And if you don't pull a win job, you are then just freelancer for a lot longer. So I just like, I like the job mod a lot because it means I'm not ever stuck with freelancer. Although freelancer is an excellent non-job, so it's not really a job. But very versatile, very good. You could freelance the whole game if you wanted to. They are better with jobs because when you master a job, the freelancer gets like better stats from those jobs. But with the ability to break rods, use any weapon and any armor in the game, freelancers are kind of broken. It's very funny. But also kind of boring. If you're sort of goal doing Fiesta is kind of seeing what like silly shenanigans you can do. So, like, when you've played this 60 odd times, yeah, the freelancer start is, the freelancer is the same throughout the whole game. Whereas I really like the job mod for, like, really switching up how the game plays at the start, which is why I know that Bard is terrible and that Chemist is not great. But, is better than Bard, is better than Summoner, I think might be on par, slightly better than Thief. It's interesting, and it has certain advantages that Thief doesn't have, and the disadvantage of not being able to steal things. Bye. Alright, let's go see Zoc. Zoc. I do like the katana, with the freelancer. You can get it real early, and it's real nice for saving resources. So this team might want to... So I don't normally do this. But this team might want to go back to Pirate Cave early. It's interesting, but I think the extra potions, just by themselves, are enough to be very useful to this team. I normally don't. I normally, go back to Pirate Cave when I'm going to Tycoon, which requires the dragon. But you get a little bit of money, and a little bit of items, and that might actually be helpful to the chemist in getting past Megissa. I think I will get my first mix for Megissa. I think we can buy stuff in the next shop that's actually useful, for mixing. I will need to get mix, though, which I do not have currently, of course. I don't get the mix for... Can I use the mix? I guess that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's useful. Not for Siren, unfortunately. It would be useful for Siren, but I won't have the ingredients, so... Chemist will be a lot more useful once we warp through the meteor. Once we can start killing turtles, the world is our oyster after that. I will be spending probably a fairly inordinate amount of time murdering turtles. Karnak. As I say, the first two jobs I have, I like Chemist a lot more than Monk. I don't actually like Monk at the start of the game where everyone's like, Monk's good in World 1. I don't really like Monk. Focus is good, but the fact that Monks attack twice means they draw twice as many counters. Which is real bad against certain bosses. Alright, things real bad. No wind, no life. Turns out the wind is actually very useful. Nah, I don't remember a goddamn thing, but you know. It is very funny that Butts here is just kind of along for the ride for a decent amount of World 1. He's just some dude who rocked up on a princess and an amnesiac and decided to help him out. I think this should be strong enough to beat Carl Boss. I think we're good. Interesting. I'm gonna try something in Siren because I am interested to see if gonna do something and then I came with the canal. No, we're gonna go do it. We're gonna go to the cave. The extra potions are useful. It's because I don't normally come back to the cave with the boat. There's a reason why I kind of combine like the trips here. The boat's a little annoying. You have to walk through the land here. Dragon can land right outside the cave. It's minorly faster. Yes, you can come back here right after the pirates, like Faris tells the pirates to go home. You do not have to wait until we get past the canal or anything like that. This'll just help me get to Mix. It's fine. Do not like being back attack. It's fine against bats. They'll die anyway. Vampire! I don't have blue magic. Get out of here with that. It's very funny that Chemist also have drink right now. We don't have any of the items to drink. It's so funny. You basically never use drink when you have Mix. Alright, the 8 potions. It's pretty much the reason I came here. We also do enjoy a tent with 300 money. And while we're here, we might as well say hello to Boko. Hey, Boko! Yeah, we're in the drug closet. Yeah, the 8 potions and the 300 money is mostly what I'm here for. Potions are gonna be very helpful. We don't have any healing element items, so... free healing items. Very, very useful. Alright, time to leave. Yeah, I'm not even here for Boko. We just said hello to him. You just leave. You don't have to see that cutscene. Immediately in a fight. I feel like if your job is strong enough, you don't need to come here yet. It's not, you know, it's... The 1 ether, 1 tent, 8 potions, and 300 money are not worth that much. You're better off just going to the canal, but... specifically for Chemist, I think they are quite useful for the 2 boss fights we got coming up. Jerk. Okay. It's an interesting question. Probably, oh, well, oh, for fuck's sake! We'll get to see why Chemist is so good here. Only in battle, out of battle they're still 50, but yes, in battle they're now 100. Which is a lot, which is really good. It's a really good amount of healing. Getting sucked in. No, no. Well, we died at the first hurdle. Hey, Carl Boss, what's up? Get stabby. Hi, I'm having fun with the Fiesta. There's we're not doing that much damage. It does have 650 health, but kind of the useful thing is that potions at 100. Our healing is fine. I was sort of like... think I will heal Lena here. I can't remember exactly where the damage count is on Tail Screw. I can't remember if it was one that just sets you down like real low. I think Tail Screw just sets you to like 1 health essentially, or close to it. Now heal now. Yeah, I don't really need to heal until I'm down to like 30 something. Yeah, look at that tasty potion, and it does mean that high potions are 1,000. Which is so good, because high potions at 500 are good for basically World 2, and then past World 2 they're so bad. But being 1,000 means they'll heal it like probably more than half your health for most of the game. Go. Alright, we do have Mix. It's not helpful for the next boss, but we will want it for Magissa. So once everybody has it, oh, put it on everybody. Mix is just that good. And as I say, not right now, we don't have any items, but I think I should be able to buy a mix, like ingredients for a mix, that's useful against Magissa. Oh yeah, Scarlet is such a jerk. I can never play FF1 PSP casually anymore. Now I know about the weapon switching glitch, it's too tempting to give myself a judgment staff at the start of the game. And put armor on every slot. It's such a funny glitch, I love it so much. So I don't actually know how hard FF1 casually is anymore on PSP. It's just like, I'm roaming around unkillable. This is probably going to be a pretty grindy run. Looking at Chemist, Monk, Dragoon, and Dancer. Because I think I'm going to want to get a lot of turtle shells and a lot more dragon fangs than I normally do as well. And I'll need some cash. I guess, like, I might only need 3 daggers with the flail here. Is a flail better than a dagger? It's more random. It does also mean that someone can kind of sit in the back row. I think the flail's too back. Oh God, wait, I'm just gonna have to look this up. Yes, full damage from and to the back row. It's always one of those things where it's just like... Oh, okay. So Staff, Flail, Morningstar, and the Mace are axes. Light Staff, Staff Adjustment, Sage's Staffs are regular spells rather than physical attacks. Interesting. Okay, so I think a Flail will be better than Dagger then... So we're gonna sit here and try to get 2 more daggers. The downside of the flail. Accuracy problems. Upside of the dagger. Just does damage. So it's best to just kind of grind here, because it's right next to a heal point. Most of the encounters are skeletons. If you didn't know, you can just come back to this room and rest up. There is a rest point later in this dungeon, but you start introducing like a few more difficult enemies, so I just do it here. And then it makes getting through this dungeon easier if someone would drop a dagger. Nope, denied. Oh man, I always get dagger drops on runs where I don't need them. And on runs where I do, the game's just like, no, you don't need daggers. It's fine, it's fine. Levels are good. I know what money's good. You can get elixirs here. It's not my preferred spot. I don't like the enemy you have to kill for them. If I'm getting elixirs in World 1, I do it at the Wind Shrine, where the Mold Winds are. They're a lot easier. And then for the most part, it's just I don't really elixir grind until World 3. Well, specifically the Void, even, is where I tend to elixir grind. So I'm grinding for elixirs, I'm grinding for levels, and the level trickers are the most experienced elixir droppers. We should not need elixirs with this team for a very well. Yeah, I guess it's those Curthrols also drop elixirs. Kinda irritating. In large groups. It's fine. Mix doesn't really want elixirs for the most part. Hey! Woohoo! Alright! There we go. All I wanted was 2 daggers. Yo, yeah, the dagger high roll after, not getting one. Alright, we can move on, and we'll probably get another dagger, and that's fine. If I get another dagger, that's okay. It's actually pretty good. It is more consistent damage than the flail, so... Like, the upside of things like the flail is it ignores 75% defense, but most things don't have defense. In World 1, so kind of the axe formula does not see its true power for a while. I'd be fine with a spare. But if we don't, that's also okay. But you can see that, like, at this level, potions normal potions stop being good healing. I'm only level 9, and potions are now a piddling 50, like, a little over a quarter of my health. But with Chemist, it's actually still over half. So it's very nice. I will almost certainly farm all my running later, so I don't need to run. And levels are helpful for the Chemist right now for damage. Yeah, I really need to up my my multiplier, my M here as much as I can. M. Yeah, pretty much all damage formulas in this game use, like, base A for attack and then a multiplier, M. Again, while your damage tends to go up in stages and not linearly. I don't really want to deal with that fight, though. That can fuck off. You don't drop anything useful. Get out of here. Alright, this is the second heal point of this dungeon. It's another decent place to, like, grind for daggers, but again, I like getting them early so I can just blast through. Blast through the rest. I think I should have mix on everybody now, so I'll, put it on everybody. It turns out Ferris is a girl? Bomph. So shocking. Alright, let's give everybody... Yeah, everybody's nearly at the next ability for Chemists. I say mix is not terribly helpful right now. No items. So fun fact, you can mix potions. 2 potions together does give you more healing than a potion on its own. It's 90. Except chemists, when they throw a potion, get 100. So chemists should not be mixing potions basically ever. 2 potions for 90 when you use 1 potion for 100 is very, very silly. But yeah, no. Like, healing-wise, like, I think, like, there's, like, High Potion Phoenix down for, like, a full heal revive, which is very helpful. It'd just be Potion Phoenix down might do that. Yeah, both Potion and High Potion, can get you a, like, that's a good one to do if you're dead. It's full HP and MP. It's kind of ridiculous. Chemists get really good, mix revive, but don't mix just 2 potions or 2 high potions together. Just use 1. It's weird that it's not better than just using a potion on a chemist. I guess they didn't want it for, like, other jobs getting mixed to, like, have 2 broken, healing mix. Guess we should see mix coming into handy next boss fight. I guess the thing you really want to do if you're like, really need like a proper heal is a potion and ether as a full heal. Ethers are so rare though, although I guess this team does not care about MP, so like, an elixir essentially from a potion and an ether is, you know, potentially happening. Mixed, I do not believe mix gets boosted in pharmacology, no. I could test it. But I don't think so. Interesting. Let's find out. Well, see you in this upcoming boss fight. Let's go. Alright, time for the GBA to protest violently. them. I feel like this is one of the cooler, weird little plot points of the game, that Galuf does not get, ensnared by the siren because he has amnesia. Yes, like it should not be running this slowly. It is because the GBA could not handle the, like, flame effects very well. So this cutscene takes a weirdly long time. You see, as soon as those sprites went up, the flames were a bit better. Very funny. Alright, Siren, let's go. Fine. Rude. Rude even. Well, this is basically the same strat as always. We're plinking away at her. When someone takes some damage, I will try mixing 2 potions, and we'll see what the heal is. If she ever feels like damaging me. I mean, this is a pretty decent Siren fight. She can often cast haste on herself. Which is a huge pain in the ass. Alright, I think it'll tell me how much I heal, even if I'm not. Oh, it is? Okay, never mind. If you are... Mix is affected by pharmacology. Maybe it's because I've never mixed 2 potions on a Chemist before. Can I mix 2 potions? Ho-ho. This is why I wanted to get those potions, because I was just gonna throw potions at her. This is like slightly less damage than using 2 potions separately. Same with the healing, if I can't afford it, I don't need to do 2 potions, I can just throw, like, together. It's still slightly less than using 2 potions separately, but... Oh, there we go. I did not realize that Mix was, in fact, boosted by pharmacology. Learn something every day. Yeah, I think I normally, if I'm double potioning, it's on mixes on someone who's not a Chemist. Yeah, time to let's hit it for 50% more actions, yeah. That is why Chemist is interesting. I do rank Chemist above a White Mage start, I think. They have a bit more damage. Like, not a huge amount being daggers, but definitely more than White Mages who base in 1 flail. And they have pretty much just as good healing for this part of the game. Oh, Gold Needle, that's nice, that's very good. Nice to get a, an item that is, I don't think gold needles are mixable, but they are expensive. And we can be stoned on the mountain. Free tent? Jeez. Nice. Also very good. It's a little bit of saving money, which is nice. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money. Yeah, it's interesting. I think once you... It's sort of interesting. I think it's like, the AoE healing might pip it for me for like, Cure healing. I don't think Cure is that much worse than 100 single target. And being able to like AoE is useful. I think it's like, we don't get Protect as chemists yet. Which is helpful in the upcoming fights. Talk to you, why not? You don't need to do this, by the way, you can just go to the mountain. At least in the GBA version, the Pixel Remaster decided to add a bunch of flags back in, which is really irritating. Ourselves a Frost Rod we'll never use. We do not have any rod breaking capability in this squad. But hey, we're learning about the dragon up the mountain. Yeah, I think it's kind of... I think both White Mage and Chemist are really good healers at this point in the game. I think White Mage might pip it for me for the AoE and Protect that I think is viable in this town. But I think the fact that you can be like, Chemist is still pretty good at, you know, it's still, you know, on par with them is really helpful, but has more damage. You can buy daggers here. Finally. Yes, there are. I would recommend... The Pixel Remaster is fine if your team is mostly just like my first team of the year. Yeah, my first team of the year was Geodancer Thief Summoner, which was really just like no tricks, just lots of magic damage, and then Dancer was pretty, and with Thief especially, was just really good physical damage. So like, I think the team of like Geodancer Thief Summoner is fine on Pixel Remaster. Interesting. Curious or Robe? Look at their stats. I don't normally get this choice. It's normally the heavy armor and thingy. The heavy armor has more defense, but is heavy, so it makes you slower. Cotton is 2 defense, 4 magic defense, 15 magic evade, which meant 2 weight. Curious is 3 physical defense, 2 magic defense, 4 weight. Is 1 extra physical defense worth it for me at this point? And it might be. Yeah, here's the version for rods. Like I said, I just had a lot of magic damage in the summoner, and I think like I didn't have any tricksy bullshit, which means like that's fine. But if you're like playing in the team that's kind of like dancing around tricksy bullshit, like a Beastmaster team, you know, anything that's kind of using status effects and kind of glitchy stuff, you want to be in GBA. If you have Beastmaster, play on GBA. It's a free triple crown. It is not a free triple crown elsewhere. I'll buy 2 and 2, why not? You guys are weird. Alright, now we're gonna take the rest of this money and we're gonna stay at the end and then we're gonna buy items that I believe will now have a useful mix. Like, we have healing stuff, but like, you know, most of the healing stuff isn't super necessary, at this point. The double potions is more than enough to heal you. What we really need is some offense. I think we should be able to buy some here. Alright, we want some eye drops, and we want some maintenance. I mean, we want a lot of maintenance kisses. Buy some mallets, so they're not used in mixes. It's very funny, only very specific items are used in mixes. Antidotes, eye drops, maiden kisses, but not mallets. No mallets here. No gold needles or anything like that either. There is it playing PSX or Matrix? Not as far as I know. And Matrix is much harder these days because it got delisted. If you want a really bad but funny translation, I guess, PSX. Yeah, like if you want to experience that translation, it's pretty funny. It's the version I played and fell in love with FF5 in, even with all the loading times, so... There's that. Okay, I think we are now good to roll. Onwards to Magissa, who is, interesting. I think we're leveled enough, and I say I have one useful mix here, so... Kill the clamps. I mean, I will say, I've never played the SNES version. I don't really see any reason to. I think the GBA version is better. So I've played PSX, I've played GBA a lot, and I played the Pixel Remaster. Downside of that flail. Jerk. Jerk. I know there's some benefits to the SNES version. Not enough MP. Haha. I do have the PSX version on PlayStation. Like I had it on my Vita. But yeah, it's GBA version is the easiest to emulate. I never bought the Matrix version because it's a bad version of it. Pretty terrible port. Oh, yeah. Gaia is a little better on Matrix, yes, I believe so. Or like... situationally better, a little bit like Gaia is itself. There's some places where high-level Gaias it's better to have, and other times where it's like, no, you'd rather just have the first effect. Oh, the flail axe formula is killing me a little bit. That's why the white mage start is rough. I haven't done it that often. Like, because I generally run pure chaos, the odds of any one job being in the start for me is very funny. Oh, I'm gonna show something off here, which I think is very interesting, and I only learned last run. This is just for educational purposes. We're not doing anything with this. Geomancers, so Geomancers have the innate ability, like, I can't remember, it's called Light Step or something, that protects you from, like, lava damage tiles. I did not realize it also protects you from these poison flowers. You don't get poisoned if you have a Geomancer in your team on these flowers. I only discovered it because I was getting Bahamut for charity purposes, and I had a Geomancer, and I accidentally went over one of the flowers, and I was like, wait a minute, why am I not poisoned? It turns out Geomancers protect you from all damage floors, not just like lava. And avoid pits and floors with damaging effects. That includes these plants. They are technically a floor with a damaging effect. Lena loves poison, but no, she's a Geomancer. She don't get poisoned on this floor. I find that kind of funny. Another new thing I learned about FF5 this year. That makes total sense. I just, like, this is the only place you find the poison flowers. Unless you have a Geo start, you're not gonna be, and the Chaos mod, you're not gonna be up here with a Geomancer. And I feel like I have had Geo starts before, but I think the thing is I didn't realize that I could run through those tiles. I never tried. It was just an accident that I did it this time. Alright, we should be good. So, funnily enough, the mix is not good against Magissa on her own, but is helpful against Forza when he decides to show up, so... Yeah, Geo and Summoner specifically, there's no reason to come back to get Geo normally. Yes, yeah. And even then, in a Fiesta, I often don't bother coming up here for Bahamut. Bahamut is more expensive and generally not as good as Sildra, yeah. I very rarely come and fight Bahamut unless there's some sort of, like, charity incentive. I think it must also work on the spikes in the pyramid, yes. It's true, I also just dodge those as well. But I think it should work on those. Alright, we'll see how this goes. There's a chance we could... I mean, one of the strats is basically just kill Megissa before she summons Forza. It's a little difficult with the Chemist team. I think we would have to be like a little bit higher level if we wanted to guarantee it. So we will try with the mix here. I say the mix doesn't come into play until her large and hot boyfriend shows up. Yeah. Let's see if this works. I think it has, but I think I've only had a Chemist start like once before. It's funny, I so rarely see this guy, because I usually kill her before he shows up. Alright, so we have one mix. Right now, offensive mix that is useful, and it casts Confuse. Megissa is not susceptible to Confuse, but Forza is. See if he punches himself. I feel like he must do, right? Maybe not. Maybe he only punches Megissa and I killed her. This is kind of just funny. Oh, yeah! Eventually! What I'd probably do is hit him with everyone and then have Lena confuse him so he's not a threat. I think he can, like, he has a heavy fight move, which I think would, like, cause him to just murder himself so quickly. Oops. It's fast forwarding too aggressively. But yes, I think the thing to do is to hit him with all the knives. Then confusing him. Yeah, so he did his big boy move that is basically a one-hit kill to you. I am on wait, but it will, you'll see it stops, but then if I leave it, it will keep going. The ATV is rolling right now. He just takes a long time to attack himself, which is interesting. I don't have to wait him out. I could just do the attacks. I just think it's funny. I want to see the strong fight on himself when he's refusing to do it. So we're just gonna have to take him out. I hardly ever get to see him. I really wanted him to punch himself to death. Because we do now have a mix that confuses, so... Yeah, wait stops the ATB when you have the sub-menu open. It also stops it, because I have it on, I think because I have it on 5. Also, when someone first gets up to the top of the bar, it stops for like a couple of seconds. And then continues. You can see like it was sitting and no one else's bar was going up, and then it went, oh, I'm gonna start up again, so. Glad I just become a geomancer, the floor wouldn't hurt anymore. So funnily enough, Confuse is also very good against Gorilla, who is also vulnerable to it. He just, like, took a very long time to attack himself. I think he normally has, like, quite a big, weight on his ATB. I think so he doesn't just stomp you into the ground. Alright, so this is normally when I would go back to the cave. We've been in the cave, but I will still go to Tycoon, because Tycoon is helpful. The healing staff is here. I'm not sure the healing staff is all that helpful in this run with double potions, but it is free healing. And it's mostly just a lot of free items for Chemist. It's very funny, there are quite a few status effects you can inflict with mixes, but a lot of them use chemist-only materials that we do not have access to yet. Confuse is one of the few that just requires stuff you can buy. Yes, we will be confusing Gorilla as well. I'm not sure what that does for the counters. I think it is the safest way to defeat Gorilla, is just keep confusing it and letting it hit itself. We'll see, it's also quite slow, but it is completely safe. Oops. It's pretty much all Chemist's best mixes come from turtle shells and dragon fangs and dark matter. Hey, Princess Letta and Princess Sarissa, you say? Don't worry about it. Yeah, Chemist could do the White Mage 3 Healer 1 Flailer strat, but, like, I Confuse is better than that. Yeah, Princess Salsa? She'll forever be Salsa in my heart. Looting the castle. Doo -doo 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 -doo. passage. Cough up the healing staff, please. Plus a bunch of stuff I can sell. I like gender non-conforming Ferris. It's my read. I like it. Alright. 3 items. Off to waltz. And yes, I am going to cheat. Another reason I really like the GBA version. Cheating. Both this and Guild Cave. I do just enjoy cheating my butt off. If I get away without a quick save, we'll find out. Nope. Ah, go away, we're fine. Yeah, the Pixel Remaster does that. You just literally turn off the encounters, which is very funny. Oh yeah, I've had Thieves two runs this year, and I love the no back attacks. So good. I always miss it when I don't have a Thief. It's funny, because Thief is not... I don't think anyone would say Thief is a good class. But I absolutely 100% miss the no back attacks when they're gone. Plus the faster running. Thief has a lot of weird utility to it. Holy moly! Batman? And so yeah, last time I had Thief and no one who could use the Genji gear. Which is so funny. And the specs no one can wear because they're dead. That's why we popped to the end. I don't believe there's any new items for sale, but we will have a look. I had Thief and Dancer. It's such a good combination. Because you can steal that Lamia's tiara so early. And yeah, like there's a few classes where there's just some really nice steals. And Mug is, Mug is a way around the chicken knife flea proc. There's not that many of those, so anyone you can get is, like, super good. Like, Focus doesn't, which is really annoying. God damn it, Monk. Alright. Yeah, it's definitely a job that, like, you can get the Twin Lance early. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to steal from the statues in the basement. But that actually makes Thief very powerful for a decent amount of world, too. And Thief Dancer is absolutely classic, yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of jobs that really like, Thief stealing stuff early. On its own, it's so rough. So when you, like, you don't have that, say you have a... So Thief, Red, Geo, Cannoneer... Thief couldn't really steal anything useful, because Cannoneer does not care about weapons, because Open Fire does not go off of strength, so, you basically put a main gauche on your Cannoneer and leave it at that. You just want to have, like, the defense. And you basically get nothing for Geo and Red Mage that's helpful. So that was that was a team where it's like, I appreciated the no back attacks on that run, but Thief was pretty bad. Not that helpful. And I think I also got it, like, last, so it wasn't even that helpful. No, I got Cannoneer then Red. Yeah, I think it might have been last. So I couldn't even, like, steal, high potions early on to make it helpful. No, it was... No, I think it was... I always do the, GBA job first. It's the most interesting thing to do for me. So then it was Cannoneer, Red, then Thief, then Geo. That's what it was, yeah. So yeah, I kinda got it after the fire ship, which is the best place to have Thief for stealing, high potions. Yeah, it should be called Knife Dance, I agree. Hello, Wyverns, what's up? It's not too bad to get Monk next. I've not made my usual spreadsheet yet, so I don't know. I think Monk wants more job points than Chemist. I think it will be 3 monks and a chemist. That's fine. Like, kind of, again, the only bad fight is, like, Liquid Flame with monks. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of grinding with turtle shells, so, Chemist is, and Mix is on everybody already, so, like, the usual monk problem of getting double counters is mitigated by not using the punching on boss fights. I have the most important ability of the run on everybody already, yeah. The upside of a Chemist start. Mix is pretty fucking good. And we are very close to being able to get turtle shells, which is probably the bread and butter of Chemists. I'm gonna get into a fight and heal there. More efficient. Oh, this stopped me. Yeah, so we have mixed pharmacology, and I don't know why I do think that, like, drink and mix should be flipped. It would make Chemist slightly less good because you'd have to do a lot more. You have to, you know, go down to level 3 to get mix. But it's wild to me that mix is the better ability, and it is easier to get than drink. Chemist can give monk drugs to make the levels high. Yes, not currently. Not right now. I do not have access to either of the mixes that give you levels. I do not, in fact, have access to holy waters yet. Dragon fangs are more efficient because it's 20 levels over 10, but holy water and antidote is, like, really easy to get. I'm not sure you can buy holy water until World 2, though. So I don't currently have... I don't currently have the ability to pump monks levels yet. That's not until World 2. I'm pretty sure you can't buy holy water until... Rigel is probably the first place you can buy it. Anyway, alright. So I think I stab this guy until he's in the counter phase, and that's when I start just confusing him. So I think if I knock him out of confusion with an attack, he will still counter it? Guess we can check. But yeah, so he has 1200 health, he doesn't start countering you until he's at, like, under 800. So we can chip at him away for a bit. Okay, I think this last attack may put him in counter time. Not yet, but I think he's now there. Alright, I'm gonna test this out. I think he does, like, counter you. I mean, I'm not actually sure I'm at the threshold yet, to be fair, but... Should have waited. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna wait until I know he's below the, counter. See if he attack. He should attack himself. I feel like enemies get real slow when they're confused. Alright, 81. I'll let him hit himself, yeah, one more time, and then I think we'll see... now. I think it will still generate a counter. Oh, he's definitely below and it didn't. That's interesting. I think if Chemist got mixed innately, that would be too powerful. He does deserve smooches. He should counter himself, in my opinion. Okay, this is, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's that much slower than, healing with one flail user, but it's much safer and funnier. I wish I could, like, pass turns. I really should be hitting with a flail, it's like the most damage. Yeah. Just keep on confusing that poor gorilla by smooching it. There we go, completely safe. But yeah, the enemy ATB probably does, when you confuse it, have this weird, weird problem. Sometimes it just takes it a while. Alright! Monk get. It'd be very fun to choose any ability as your innate ability on a class. Yeah, I'd like that. But I do think, like, Mix on a Chemist is too broken. I mean, you know, Mix and something else on your Chemist, especially because Mix gets the pharmacology bonus, would be kind of gross. Alright, I have to pick him up myself. It is absolutely a very pre-internet when you would have to, like, experiment yourself and, like, figure out what did what and what you could even use. Yeah, with the internet, you could just look up what it does. It's so broken. Well, buy mine. I haven't been given either mine or Freelancer this year. I have mostly done, I spent 3 Pure Chaos or Meteor. And this is my first non-Meteor run of the year. This is my Haboob run, which I don't think can get Freelancer or mine, but... I think, it probably is mixed, but I think the thing is, if you want your Chemist would be able to be a Chemist and be a something else. The main thing that, like, the thing about Mix is that, like, because you have to put it as your secondary ability on your Chemist is only mixing. Whereas, like, if you put it on your Summoner with Mix, your Summoner is still a Summoner, you know? Mix is powerful enough that it is worth doing that on your Chemist the majority of the time. But it does mean your Chemist is literally just a Chemist, and really to get the best out of Mix is you put it on other jobs. I think if you had a Chemist, it could be something else. It would be like Chemist is like a little too overpowered, like even further. Yeah, it's only relevant in Fiesta, that's fair. Well, it blowed up, so we now have jobs. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Monk needs more. I based how many jobs I have purely on job point spread, and we've had Chemists for a lot, so they've gotten they got like 100 points each. So it will be 3 monks. Funnily enough, I think monks would actually be just fine with drink for their own pleasure, but alright, here we go. All Monk Town, baby. Put down the beaker, take up the fist. Alright, I don't believe I need to buy anything else. I'm mostly just gonna get a heal before we head on out. I feel like Dancer is the only class here that doesn't require a lot of job points. It's a good thing Dancer is my final one. For balance. It is, it's definitely my neuroses. It's like, I need all my jobs to not, I need to always be getting job points. Having a job with a lot less is like anathema. But that's just the nature of it, because the jobs are not equal. Yeah, Dragoon needs a little bit less than Chemist, but we're getting it third, so... Is anyone ready to just spend like half an hour killing turtles? It's true, you don't really need to max job. Like, I honestly don't need to max like basically any job here. Very funnily, no one wants equipped lances on the Dragoon. No one needs the HP that Monk gets, because I can do that without Monk. HP plus 10, 20, and 30%? Nah, man. How about HP plus 100%? Easy peasy. Done. Then, like, Chemist that mixes, like, the third level. You don't need Recover and Revive. Both worse abilities than Mix. And then, Dancer, I don't even know if I would want Dance on anybody. This might be the one time I don't want to be in the woods. Like, normally you just gotta kill these guys, because, like, the wolves are worth more money than any other encounter, but I would like to murder some turks. Maybe I would use Recover if Mix was in it. You're not wrong. Like, if I was, like, using Chemist which had base Mix, would I use any of their other abilities? It's an interesting question. Okay, so we now finally have access to turtle shells. One of the Chemist mixing ingredients. It's very good. You are not a turtle. Get out. I'm fine with killing dogs, because dogs are worth money. Zoos can have elixirs, but they're not really worth fighting. Alright, let's head into town. I'm trying to think what the most expensive... So, when you first go in, you can buy one thing for reduced cost. Massively reduced cost. You try to buy the most expensive thing. I don't have use for swords, rods, or heavy armor here. Fuck, so I might just be buying, am I even buying a mithril knife? Interesting that I don't actually know what the most cost-effective thing to buy is here, because I don't need no magic either. Alright, I'm gonna save and we'll have a look in the armor. Like, the silver plate might be the best thing. I think that's dearer than the knife, and I don't even, like, super need a knife, because it's on the Chemist. Yeah, that's 112. There's nothing else to buy. It's like another flail. I don't need another flail, so... Yeah, a silver plate. That's so sad, to get this massive discount. But I'm actually not going to spend that much money. Okay, so you do actually, it goes, and you get jailed, but you do actually buy the one thing you select there before you get jailed. Jail for Barts. While he's sitting in jail, I am gonna take the opportunity to, while we wait for Sid to blow up, I'm gonna get some water. I will be right back. Hey, Sid. But yeah, so the full party revive is interesting because, it would have to be more than one person who's not your cat or whoever has revived. And per Sid blew the bloody doors off. So you would have to hope it killed 2 other people and not the one with revive for it to be worth more than either just flinging a Phoenix down or using Mix to do a full heal revive. Now my money's spent here, I'm a dirty criminal. It's funny, I don't actually have all that much to buy because monks don't require weapons. They don't use heavy armor, and I have literally no magic this run, so I don't have to buy any of that. I feel like magic is one of the biggest costs coming into Karnak. The thing I've heard about Chemist is, like, if you purposefully don't use Mix, if you're like, I will challenge myself to a Chemist run without Mix, Drink is actually the ability of choice. Because Drink is also just stupid good because you get the Goliath tonic for, like, double HP. And, like, the strength and speed ones. Like, Drink is actually very good on its own. Yes, it's very funny that Drink is actually a really good ability, but it's not as good as Mix, so you basically never use it. You can see we do have the silver plate. We are just leaving the castle because we have nothing we can do here. I think it is why if I was like rebalancing Chemist, without like completely changing Mix, what I would do is I would make Mix a lower down ability. Drink would be like the second thing they would learn, and Mix would be either the fourth or the final thing. Like that way, like you aren't just Mix is just too easy to get. There's only like 45 job points to get Mix. It's really not that much. It's like, I'm not sure if I would put Drink on anybody. like another class, I do think it is appropriate to Chemist. I think the thing to do is just make Mix a lot harder to get. That way, yeah, that way you can like you have Drink as like your first thing Chemist can do that's really good. Yeah, it's wild how much cheaper it is than so many of the other broken skulls. I think it is because, like Vika said, I think it is designed for a pre-internet era where you have to figure out what it does yourself. Like, the cost to it wasn't the job points, the cost to it was, your time and energy. Alright, I think what I'll do is I'll hunt some turtles, because I'm gonna need some for, Liquid Flame. Or not actually rest at the end. Yeah, we'll do that. But I won't actually do my big turtle murder until after that. Like, I don't think I'll have any problem in Karnak. With this crew, so I think the big turtle murder can happen off screen. And I try to get into an encounter on the grass, and it's a zoo. And I get back attacked. I might as well have not healed. There we go. I have a chart that will tell me how common, various, counters here are. Yeah, this is where I want to be, because this is, you want to be near the meteor, because this has the most common, 2 torts, and then torts. When you're near Karnak, you actually do not get many torts. They're like the rare encounter, and you mostly get zoos. But over here, 3 out of 4 of the encounters have, torts in them. Farming up chicken knife runs as well. Don't back attack me, bro. Alright, I'll get a handful more, but I think we're pretty good. So I don't think we're doing anything status affected to Liquid Flame. I think we're just kissing the hell out of him. Which does require some shells, but I don't think it requires that many shells. Just kind of just back up. In case I need it for the Karnak escape at any point. Like, I may need to smooch a Gigas or two. Alright, this should work. And it's like, here, have another encounter anyway. Real quick, like. Goddamn back attacks. Yeah, over here I just want to be in the woods for dogs, for money. Like, I'm not buying many weapons or armor, but I will be buying lots of items, so... Money is good. Alright, let's take on that fire ship. I said, let's take on this fire ship. This is a slightly annoying encounter. So I probably do want to throw my Chemist in the front row. Not much point keeping them in the back. They're not going to be dealing the damage. The monks are going to be dealing the damage. So if you leave those crew dust, if you leave one alive on its own, will use flash and blind everybody in your party, so you kind of want to make sure you kill them together so you don't have to waste a whole bunch of eye drops. And one good thing is to kill them before killing like a different, like, yeah, like not leaving the crew dust is the last thing alive, leaving the poor guys does it. It's helpful. Won't get blinded. And they do not use it if they're in a group, which is nice. There's a bunch of other enemies that, will, yes, the defeater being on their own. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, there are a bunch of enemies that have attacks that they don't do unless they're alone. And the crew dust is one of them. The defeater, if we defeat it last, summons mortar traps. These guys are hit with electric attacks that don't kill them, they self-destruct in your face. They're funny. I pretty much always get the thief gloves, despite the fact that, like, it's only used on thieves. It's worth a little bit of cash, I guess. But, like, I should probably just ignore that. But yeah, so, like, if you defeat a defeater and leave other enemies alive, they do not summon the mortar traps, so it is actually a way to, you know, get out of fights marginally faster. Roll around again. On this one. This one's a bit more useful. I do think we're able to equip this, so, like, could be wrong. I feel like we must be able to equip this. I'd be very surprised. One thing you can do, which is very helpful, you double-click on a bit of ingredient, a bit of equipment in your inventory. You can see what jobs can use this. Yeah, monks can and chemists can. So. So kick is monk's innate, like, ability. Kick is bad. Kick is not good. I think Kick got a significant buff in the Pixel Remaster version. It's bad in the GBA version. It's pretty dire. It's like AoE, but it's like the damage is not good. Swoop to the side, that takes you back. Yeah, Re-Rescue does like real damage, yeah. I think it's because it doesn't like divide it or something. There's some weirdness with the formula. Yeah, I can show it here. It's not good. And it's like the damage of one punch to all enemies, which is fine. It's worse than that later on, though. It doesn't really scale as much as attacking does. Oops. Yeah, you also, yeah, kick is like the innate ability when you don't learn it. Yeah. Yeah, some of the formula effect some of them changed, yeah. I'm not sure whether kick is a fix or a change, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure either. You have lots of health, that's good. We are quite high level for this fight. You were normally like level like 11 for this fight. Having to do a bunch of grinding has really made it I'm quite high level. Alright, let's take a big sippy out of Liquid Flame. So the downside of Monk here is this guy does counters when you attack him. The downside of Monk is Monk attacks twice, so it takes 2 counters to the goddamn face, and it sucks. And that's why we're going to use Mix instead. Hello, Maiden Kiss and Turtle Shell. This is the backbone of basically every Chemist run. I was like, please don't kill. Tornado's fine. Tornado, doesn't do damage on counter. I don't think it matters which version I kill here because none of them drop anything, good. Oh, counter kill, nice. None of them drop anything particularly helpful for me, I think. There's like, Fire Rod, Fire Bow, Fire Scroll. Yeah. Nothing helpful. Yeah, like Monk's Succubus Kissing is not like Succubus Kiss goes off of magic. So I guess my squad isn't gonna have the best kisses, but still did, like, you know, just under 1,000 damage. It's pretty good. I know, when I don't have the best kisses, I know. Oh, whoa. The werewolf knows Gal if Gallup doesn't remember. Yeah, so you get really good smooches on your mages. Yeah, magic-wise, Monk has the worst magic alongside Berserker. So our Monk's kisses are so bad. I think our dancer, our chemist will have the best kiss. And then our dancer actually has decent, so our dancer will not be too bad at smooshing, but they'll probably be like, once we get dancer gear in World 3, they'll be doing nothing but dancing, but before then, they're probably smooching as well. But yeah, monks want to be punching with some levels in them. They don't want to be kissing. Once we have the ability to put levels on monk, that's what they want to be punching. But yeah, the monk's damage formula has level in it, in both the A and M. Everyone has it in the M, monks have it in the A. Which means the level is very good for monk, specifically. And if you can get a lot of levels, you can kinda... The big disadvantage of monk is that barehanded is really good until weapons catch up and then surpass A very quickly at the end of World 2 slash beginning of World 3 and well, World 3 in general. So like a huge problem is that monk's damage just falls off a fucking cliff. Because it's strength time, attack this one. Most jobs, like, A just becomes, like, you get a chicken knife. A is now 125, you know? You need a lot of levels to get better than that. With a monk's, base attack. You can see the annoyance of the double counter. I might be smooshing all these gigas. I do not need to be getting all these chests. I will want this one on the left, for sure. This is another reason why I like to know, what I'm getting. Because, like, if you don't have a squad that does much damage, I actually have plenty of damage, so I'm just gonna grab everything. But there are some squads who are not doing well in the Karnak escape, and they do not want to be opening every chest. And most teams, if you do not have a freelancer or a dancer, do not want the ribbon. But I do. I'm getting a dancer. I want that ribbon. So I like to know if I should be picking up stuff in here, you know. I often do end up getting all the chests anyway, but like I have had White Mage, Time Mage as my first two jobs, and if you haven't just grinded money and bought a lot of rods, trying to get all the chests in here is an absolute nightmare with White and Time Mage. no damage. They have no damage at this point of the game. It's so tough. Kind of styling on him, killing him like that, but it's the double counter takes a long time. The main reason. Taking all those arrows to the face. I'm gonna grind up to like 99 turtle shells anyway, so. Do I need to? No. Am I going to? Yes. I do think, looking at this team that I might actually need 99 turtle shells with this squad specifically, actually. There is, yeah, so kick also does less damage to the back row, another reason why it's kind of garbage. This guy will run away now that all his dogs are dead. Coward. Yeah, there's some must-have chests in here. The ones in these two towers, the main ghost and the elven mantle, definitely grab those. Bunch of money that isn't trapped, so that's very useful to just grab. These elixirs are obviously trapped, but elixirs are very good. Worth picking up if you can afford it. The chests you want to not get are the ones you know you don't need. Like there was a shuriken. I don't have a ninja. I don't need that chest, so I could have ignored that one. Yeah, the main ghost, the sub ghost, the side ghost, the secret ghost, the elven mantle. And I said I have a ton of damage. So like. The main thing is if you don't have damage, these fights just take too long, and this time limit is a hard time limit. If you don't get out in the 10 minutes, you do just game over. And time passes in the menu as well. If you have to like heal, that does take real time. We're getting some Goliath tonics, which are used in drink. It's not a hard kill in Pixel Remaster. What does it do? Really want to kill that guy, so I should have. Yeah, there we go. I didn't run away. Haha, idiot. Oh, the time doesn't pass in the menu. Yeah. That would be nice. I think that should be the case in this game, but yeah, no, time passes in menus in the GBA version. Cool that it does it in the Pixel Remaster. I do think that's a good change. Yeah, you can actually see the timer is where the playtime is, and it ticks down. But we are almost done. We are actually pretty much good. Yeah, you can see that the kiss does like nearly 400 more damage on the Chemist. The Chemist's magic isn't that great. The Chemist's magic is mediocre. Chemist is kind of bang in the middle in terms of magic stat. So you do like to pair Chemist with something with a really good magic stat. Like White Mage is pretty decent. It gives the White Mage really good offensive option before Holy, which is kind of nice. Yeah, we have loads of time. This team is kind of bonkers and the kisses are nasty. These are the last two chests. There are no chests up in the throne room. I will go show that. I basically never get to show that because it's always late. Oh no, we have to go, but we have plenty of time. Yeah, this is a lightning scroll, which we don't need. This is a Suna, which we really don't need. But I like to open all the chests. Oh, got ether, alright. But yeah, there's no other doors, there's no chests in the throne room. Alright, off we go. One last obstacle. Totally normal dude. Maybe this just looks like a normal sergeant and dog fight, but nope. I don't know if it tells you what. We have a power drink, and we have a couple of Goliath tonics, I think, now as well. You can actually kill this guy, before the thing happens. If you're a physical team, you should. I'm letting it happen because I have 2.5 minutes and I don't care. But yes, he is Iron Claw. Very funny to kill him before he transforms. Because he is just like, he does have just normal sergeant defense. He gets a lot more defense when he transforms. Alright, plenty of time. I got all the chests. Alright, third job. We have Dragoon now. Yeah, just in time for violence, yes! It's very funny. I do think a lot of people don't know about this shop, but yeah, we actually... Dragoon is now actually useful at this point in the game. Because we are able to buy lances. Have mix, why not? I don't actually think... I think it'll probably change that, but it might be focus? I don't know. But this guy, once you blow up the fire ship, this guy appears, and he does have a spear. Spear is better than a knife, because jump does double damage with a spear. It does not do double damage with a knife. Someone else is gonna get that main ghost. It's gonna be the Chemist. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, you can really use that main ghost, Chemist. And now we can buy heavy armor. A mithril shield. We already have a helm. Mithril armor. Alright, all mithril. Alright, this is probably what we'll go with. 2 monks, a chemist, and a dragoon. That's a pretty good lineup. Dragoons aren't too bad. They're quite strong with knives, so like they do decent damage with a knife. But yeah, nice to get a spear. Alright, with the fire's gone, one last item to get that I can't use, but I can sell for a tiny bit of money. Let's go, we'll heal up, and then we'll go see how depressed, Sid is. Yeah, this is gonna be a weird run. This is gonna be a very low-powered run, despite the fact that I have Chemist. Chemist is really good, but, I don't really have good classes to, like, make the succubus kisses, like the bread and butter better. I might be relying on pumping levels in a monk for some tasty damage. I did not get to use that combo a lot when I last had Chemist and Monk, because I had Blue Mage. And Blue Magic is just that good. Blue Magic is incredible. You can cheese so many bosses with Blue Magic. Why would you do anything else? So, Sid's all depressed. Kind of blew up the kingdom. Alright. Well, let's finish up there. More Fiesta on Friday. I will kill turtles. There's kind of two reasons for me to kill turtles. One, they're delicious shells. Two, I don't want to be level 15 going into the next dungeon. I've kind of landed, I'm pretty close to 16. I've kind of landed at exactly the wrong level for the next dungeon. Which often happens. I feel like I said, you normally go into, at least I normally go into the Liquid Flame fight at like 11, 12. If you do all the chests and all the fights, you will end up like 15 out of Carnite Castle. It's kind of the natural level you end at. And it will get you killed. So, more Elden Ring bingo tomorrow evening. And I say, this will be my Wednesday, Friday game. It may end up being more than that. I'm leaving for Scotland on the 12th of August, which is 3 weeks from now. I didn't realize it was quite so soon. But yeah, 3 Wednesdays from now, I will be away for 2 weeks, so I will need to finish this before I go. So I have 5 more streams, like Wednesday, Friday. If that's not enough, then there'll be some bonus streams, but we'll see, we'll see. So, see you on Friday, everybody. Bye, everyone.